So much of your story, I just am in awe of, and just the resiliency that you display and your ability to just kind of move forward. It's just inspiring. And when I think of you already, I think of like one of the most well-connected people. So let's set aside your MBA connections. All right. This is pre-MBA. You are one of the most well-connected people I know, which is so cool. Like you know everyone and you remember so many details about them. You love people, so it shows in the relationships, the genuine relationships that you develop. Now, fast forward, you get into the MBA, you have some of these connections. Your already amazing network just gets amplified with, I'm going to call them who's who, the people that everyone would love to hang out with. So I know we're on a little bit of a cliffhanger here. Share more about this story and kind of the connections that you were able to make, what that journey as a coach looked like. I've got so many other questions, but let's start
Totally.
there.
Okay. We'll wrap up that story. So I'll show you how like breakthroughs can happen, but even when you think it's your breakthrough, it might not necessarily be your breakthrough. But as
Mm.
far as the relationships and connections go, I love people. I genuinely love being around people. I get so much energy out of it. And everybody has a story. Like everybody has an amazing story. So I just love asking questions. I love being curious. And I just thought, man, like everybody is a person. So like everybody wants to be treated as a person. And I found that out through working with MBA players. They don't want people that are just yes men or telling how good they are all the time. Like they want to be treated like a normal person. And I figured, hey, I want to get into more than just MBA coaching. I wanted to write a book. I loved health and nutrition, like all of this stuff. So I picked three people. This is true story. This is wild, man. It's in the book Breakthrough, but three people I wanted to connect with. And I hadn't really connected with anybody at this point. This is probably 4 years ago. So it's Mark Sisson, Max Lugavere, and Lewis House. They all live out here in Los Angeles. It's like, man, if I could meet those people, I would love to have those guys as friends, just connect with them. I send them each a DM individually that says like, hey, Mark, putting on a dinner up in Malibu. Max Lugavere is going to be there. Lewis House is going to be there. Like I had no idea if they were actually going to be there, but I told each person that the others were coming because I knew that they would want to meet each other. So being that connector. So I send these three messages out. And actually Khalil, our friend Khalil Rafidi was there. He's the one guy that I knew too. So like I'd have him come and everybody came to the dinner. Max, Lewis, Mark, and now they're super good friends because they'll always remember the person that connects together. That's the cultivator of the relationships. And that's the most powerful thing that you can have. And I have a whole thing in the book of a connection calculator because you don't just connect people that don't make any sense together. Like I'm not going to connect you to some random stranger on the street that says, man, I love Justin Donald's book. I would love to connect with him. And then I just put you guys into a text thread together. That's one of my pet peeves. Like make sure the other person wants you to connect with them because we don't have enough time for that. So anyways, back to the story, taking that shot of sending these messages. It's what I call it too, the golden 15. Like think of the people that you would love to have in your life. Who can you learn from? Who would you love to be around? Not necessarily just people that are always going to tell you yes, but who's going to challenge you? Like, that's why I love you, Justin. That's why you're great. Like, you're not always going to tell me yes. You're going to challenge me. You're going to teach me. I'm going to learn from you. You're driven. Like, what type of people we are, as we've all heard, the cliche for a reason, with the sum of the five people we're closest to. So it's picking the people you want to be around and then just taking a shot, sending them messages. And here's a hint, a trick for everybody out there. This is also how I met one of my very good friends now, Ed Milet. You send them a DM on Instagram. Everybody checks their DMs at some point. Even if they say they don't, they do.